everyone, I'm Jay.
And I'm Sean.
And we watched a movie.
Yes, we did.
So it is new on Netflix and it's called All Together Now. There's actually movies in theaters this weekend, so with all that hoopla, we got a little excited and distracted and we weren't paying attention to our Netflix queue. So this movie popped up, and who did we see? Burnett was in it, Fred Armisen, Moana was in it, guys, Auli'i Cravalho. So, plenty of reasons to watch this movie, but as soon as we click on it, we see the only reason we really needed was director Brett Haley, who I fell in love with like 5 years ago. I got a screener for a little known movie called I'll See You in My Dreams. And it was a really kind of sweet movie. It follows Blythe Danner. She's a widow. She has this little widows club with Mary Kay Place and Rhea Perlman. Like it has a great little cast of ladies, and then she's kind of got this love interest in Sam Elliott. So I really fell in love with this like mature script and story that didn't even call them mature. It was nice enough to just be like, here's a story. Here's a story about women and what they're going through right now. And I really loved that movie. And Brett Haley, writer-director Brett Haley, fell in love with Sam Elliott on that movie. And so his next movie, The Hero, starred Sam Elliott. And it was it was about sort of a retired cowboy actor.
That's right.
Who, is at a weird semi-retired place in his life, and he's not really sure what the rest of it's going to look like. And he has a friend / drug dealer in that movie, played by Nick Offerman. So writer-director Brett Haley falls in love with Nick Offerman, writes his next movie for Nick Offerman, Hearts Beat Loud, which we caught up with at the South by Southwest Film Festival. We got to see the world premiere. Nick Offerman was there, of course, and Brett Haley. Also stars Kiersey Clemens, so it's like a father-daughter band, kind of. She's about to move away to college. He's about to be an empty nester. And so I think to just enjoy those last few moments and cement the bond, he bonds with her through music. So, and it's got bona fides. It's got real music, really nice songs, and the cast is excellent. And so, more recently, he's gone over to Netflix. His last couple of movies, he's adapted books, and this is another one. Sorta Like a Rock Star is written by Matthew Quick, who joins Brett Haley and his very frequent collaborator, Marc Basch, and the three of them worked on the script together. And I think it really worked to bring this story to the screen. I loved the adaptation. I loved the story here. It is about a teenage girl, played by Moana. I just couldn't get over that, guys. And Auli'i Cravalho is so beautiful in real life, and she does get to sing, of course. I don't think you hire Moana and not have her sing. But it would. But there has been a lot of musical components to Haley's previous films, and they're always really good. And I noticed the soundtrack in this one was also very good.
It was. Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does pick really good music that you probably aren't familiar with, but that really sets a great tone.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of indie music for an indie movie, but it's all great stuff. It's well curated. So in this, she plays a teenage girl. She's in her senior year of high school. She's very bright, got her whole future ahead. She's recently been invited to audition because she wants to perform. She wants to follow up in her studies for music. So she's got everything going for her, and she's got a really solid group of friends and like teachers and parents who believe in her, and it's really like, you really feel like, wow, this girl has got everything going for her, until we see her home life and that she doesn't have one. She doesn't have a home.
She's homeless. She and her mom are homeless.
She and her mom are illegally sleeping in the back of a bus. The cold is coming very quickly. She is working, Moana is, and the mother. The mother works too,
The mother
but not
works,
enough
yeah.
to support them. The mother has a lot of struggles going on. She's been coping with alcohol, I think, among other things. Sort of bopping from man to man, looking for, a couch to stay on for her daughter and maybe even a meal. So it's been really tough since her husband and Moana's dad died. I keep calling her Moana.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't. I just love her so much.
that's her name.
I felt starstruck watching this, and there are plenty of celebrities in every single movie you've ever seen. But for some reason, I was like Moana. Okay, but anyways, you'll know who I'm talking about. Anyways, she herself is working a bunch of jobs. Before
Yes,
school,
yes.
after school, any
It's hard to
time
believe
of the
she
day that
has
she can.
time to do school.
Volunteering.
Yeah, volunteering.
Even besides that,
Yeah.
yes. And she's got like a smile that lights up the room. And so I think that this is a really sort of interesting character to really highlight the fact that we don't always know what's going on for people and what that smile might be covering up.
Yes, absolutely. It is good to, because outwardly, even to her friends, at least at the start of the movie, she's hiding all this stuff from them. They don't know.
Yeah, she's very motivated to hide stuff. I mean, obviously you have pride, but I think for her, more than anything, she's shielding her mother.
Yes.
But yeah, she's keeping all of this to herself. So I think it is interesting to put such a face to poverty and to remind everyone that we don't really know. And these things are not always obvious, and she does her best to keep it from everyone. So even though she has this great group of friends, she's not getting any support because she's not admitting the problems.
That's right.
So that's really tough. So we are watching her struggle with so many things because it's her final year of high school. I mean, she's still putting money together for first and last for rent. She is not thinking about how is she going to pay tuition. How do you even apply if you're homeless? Where, there's a lot of stuff going on for her, not to mention her mother is not doing well. And it seems like they're kind of alone in the world. There doesn't seem to be any options as far as family goes for where they might stay or
It does seem
get
that way,
help.
but I guess we don't know for sure because they are not asking for help
That's
from
right.
anyone.
So I think that is sort of the theme of the movie is how to reach out, how to, I guess, overcome that hump. A lot of people have that inability to ask for help or to admit they need help. But of course, everyone you love is going to be more than willing to help if only they know.
Yes.
And I think this film helps us find the dignity in that, in accepting help.
Yeah, that's very true. That is this core of this movie, because as you said, they do have people around them, both the mom and Moana.
That's right. Thank you.
You're welcome. They're just not aware of these problems, so they could do little things. They would be willing to do bigger things. They just can't because
They don't
know.
Yeah. So, Justina Machado plays her mother. So it's great to see her. This is a very strong cast, and I think Brett
Yeah, it
Haley
really is.
has done very well in that.
I don't think that's a coincidence.
No.
I think he is showing himself as someone that makes good movies consistently. I think people
and
want
writes
to work with him.
interesting characters. I think these are not one-note people. Everybody has little backstories and stuff that they're bringing in and informing their performances. Burnett, it's more than a cameo. It's a small role. But I mean, obviously she's a legend, and it's so great to see her just pop up. And then there's the core of young friends. And I don't think I knew any of these people coming into the movie, but very well cast.
Absolutely.
And they are like pivotal roles because this is her movie. It is a young person's movie. It is about learning to ask and accepting. I don't know. We have this trouble when we call it charity. There's something that rubs, but really, this is what friendship is about. We are allowed to support each other and lean on each other. And certainly, she's very good at giving. She is not as good at receiving.
Yes.
So I'll just name these young actors because they're very impressive. Rhenzy Feliz, I loved. He's sort of like the little love interest, I guess, or the cute boy, who is more than a cute boy. He's got agency and he's got plans, but again, you have to know about a problem before you can help with it. Taylor Richardson, Anthony Jacques, and Gerald Isaac Waters. So that's a nice little foursome of friends that she's got. Fred Armisen pops up in this. I mean, we saw him, was it last summer at the
I think it was last summer, Just for Laughs, with his music for someone.
Comedy for musicians.
Comedy for musicians.
Yes. So it's fun to see him in this movie. He doesn't play anything, but I'm sure he was geeking out with Brett Haley over it. Fred Armisen is very talented. He plays a lot of instruments.
Yeah.
So, he was behind his drum kit for a lot of the show, and then he would have very specific bits for this precise kind of musician. We are not musicians, and we still 100% enjoyed the show. He was great to see live. So he is a quirky guy on his own, and this is where he really shines, is doing these little bit characters, and just seeing how much weirdo personality he can inject in each one.
It's a lot.
It is a lot. Anyways, we really enjoyed this movie.
Absolutely.
It's definitely, it's about
movie.
high school kids, but it's not just for high school kids. Just like the one with Life Diner, you don't have to be a widowed elderly woman to enjoy it. These are universal stories, but by setting them in such a precise time of life, it really gives it a unique and a stronger voice because of it.
Yeah, that's a good point. And we've all maybe not been there as in poverty. But we've all known someone who has been, and as in this movie, maybe we didn't even know that at the time that was happening.
That's right. So I think it really does a good job of lending it some dignity and taking some of the stigma and the shame away, and because that keeps people in poverty.
Yes, it does. Absolutely. It is a cycle that's really almost impossible to break out of on your own. You do need help. You absolutely do, but it is hard to ask for because it is stigmatized. It shouldn't be.
That's right. So that one is brand new on Netflix, and we think you should check it out.
Yes, we do.
Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Bye.